thank you for tuning in. Liverpool Football Club is frankly lucky to be leaving London with a point today after playing Fulham to a 1-1 draw at Craven Cottage. The Reds blew a great opportunity to go top of the table, with Chelsea and Tottenham both dropping points earlier in this match week. Liverpool was thoroughly played off the pitch in the first half. It felt like all of the play was being made on Liverpool's half of the pitch. Fulham were so lively in attack. They were galvanized by the return of their fans, and props to Fulham supporters for really making their presence known with only 2,000. But Craven Cottage is a really intimate ground where supporters can really make their voices known, and the Fulham players really fed off of that. Two VAR decisions that were really key in this match both went Liverpool's way. Fabinho's tackle in the box was ruled to not be a penalty, and then in the second half, Fulham were given a tough penalty decision against them, as Mo Salah was frankly lucky to score from the penalty spot. When he first struck it, I really thought Alphonse Areola was going to stop it. So that was a huge relief to at least see Liverpool nick a point, because I can't honestly say that Liverpool deserved a result today. And that's really hard to say when the Reds are performing like this against a side that will be battling relegation. I mean, that first half performance was absolutely horrendous. I can only imagine how angry Jurgen Klopp was in his halftime team talk. When Takumi Minamino came on in the second half, Liverpool played much better, and that wasn't a coincidence. Minamino had a very nice game today. He played some really nice passes, he looked very lively, and he pressed in the way that you expect from a Liverpool midfielder to perform. Now, the man of the match for many people, including myself, was Curtis Jones. He had an absolutely scathing run late in the match, running practically half the length of the pitch to get a shot off. Unfortunately, it was saved by Areola, but Jones, again, looking very lively, getting more and more comfortable with every match he plays for the Reds. And, major credit to Jones for continuing to develop while he is still just a teenager. But this center back situation is truly a crisis for Liverpool. Minamino came on for Joel Matip, of all people, at half. Matip apparently tweaked his back. Now the Reds have no experienced senior center backs in the squad. Of course, Fabinho does an admirable job in that role, but now we're down to Reece Williams, Nat Phillips. A center back simply must be brought in the January transfer window. This injury crisis for Liverpool is just ridiculous. Virgil van Dijk, Joe Gomez, Thiago Alcantara, Joel Matip now, Naby Keita, James Milner, Kostas Tsimikas, and now also Diogo Jota from the Champions League in midweek is out. Look, it's easy for me to play Monday morning quarterback and criticize the best manager in the world, Jurgen Klopp, but I think you could make the argument that the biggest mistake Jurgen Klopp has made as Liverpool manager in hindsight was playing Diogo Jota, and Jota getting injured in a meaningless Champions League match when the Reds had already clinched first place. Having to play 2 months now without Diogo Jota is a massive blow for the Reds. And frankly, at this point, with the way things are playing out and how tight things are at the top of the table, Liverpool need to be more focused on finishing in the top four than winning the Premier League. Of course, we all want Liverpool to win the Premier League, but this injury crisis could really prevent that happening for Liverpool, and it's time to accept that. Of course, Jurgen Klopp will do the best job he possibly can. He will manage minutes as best he can, as you saw today with his substitution decisions, but all in all, a disappointing performance for Liverpool. They will take the point and then face Tottenham on Wednesday in the battle of the top two teams in the Premier League. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you've watched for this long, you might as well subscribe to my channel.